We have returned for Division A&B. For those who have been watching, for those who are in the new audience, welcome us, along with Atsuko Chiba, the new sounds and delightful soundscapes for Calling the Audible. This is, of course, Calling the Audible. You are, of course, Simo Dajni.
Hi.
I thought we fired you.
You tried.
He's going to be fired.
But I'm like cockroaches. You could push me
Fired
down
by
the drain, but I'll come back.
See, your cockroaches have
Or
twins.
like
You have to-
Chumbawamba.
You have to actually
No.
kill me.
See, your cockroach.
Wait, so I have to actually kill you? Is
Yes.
that a promise?
I'll come back.
Will you?
Can
though?
you tell me a little
Don't
bit
you.
about yourself?
I've been here for too long. I've been here so long that people wonder what's going to happen if I'm not there for the show.
Nothing's gonna happen.
They're
It's gonna be
worried.
much better.
They're worried. It's like, who's this Stefano guy?
People love me.
No
Right,
one
Eagle?
knows who
Right,
you
Eagle?
are.
Eagle knows who I am.
Um,
Peeze knows
Eagle's
who I
not
am.
people.
Seymour
true.
knows who I am. Mo
That's
knows who I am whenever he decides
We
to
spent
show
3 years telling people, don't speak to Eagle. Don't act like he's people.
Don't treat him like he's people. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. It's like don't feed the gremlins after midnight.
Yeah.
Same
up.
kind of thing.
Fair enough.
Same thing.
Stefano Berardi is actually
Yep.
joining us all season long.
That's me.
He's
Taking over
here.
for Seymour as an upgrade.
He's going to be the most consistent member of the podcast because I'm definitely going to miss at least 2 weeks.
No, you're not.
I will. I have
No,
choice.
it's already right. I spoke to Natalia. You're coming back
Okay.
for this and then go back again. I paid both your plane tickets.
All right, then I'm down. That's fine. I get 2 full drinking days in airports. Oh my god, life is great.
No, you have to be sober when you get here.
No, sir.
I've
for the
never
show.
done that before. I won't start now.
Drunk
Stefano
Peeze,
Berardi?
That's me.
What is your greatest professional achievement?
Winning FPF Employee of the Year in 2017.
So there we go. That's why he's here.
That is why I'm
He
here.
also watches more games,
More show.
and
More
more
show.
shows than anyone in FPL.
MO shows.
Uh,
Often a lot.
Eagle has asked us to handle this like a job interview.
Yep.
It's really weird. It's
So
really
Eagle, what do
strange.
you love about
He has
this
the
job?
weirdest requests at all times. I don't know.
Introduce yourselves.
Introduce
Okay.
yourself, Eagle.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of the job,
Interview
Eagle?
Eagle, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Hopefully on a yacht in the middle of like Bora Bora or Maui. That'd be pretty nice.
Or
So in the
Bermuda
middle
Triangle.
of countries. So
I think
so
he wants to be.
So
in the,
are you in a
He
yacht
wants-
store?
he wants to be in the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh, he's the guy that doesn't
I
have
mean,
a
if
port.
I
but-
can be,
Not the Bermuda
if I can
Triangle.
be
You
like
need to get
Dan
you a map.
Blitzerin without being an asshole, that's pretty much what I'd like
So
to be.
he's-
Except I am an asshole, so
Are
I'm
you
just
though?
not handsome.
Also, you didn't mention your girls, so
Ooh.
problematic, man.
How's that going?
Problematic.
He's the guy that bought Ferrari gear but doesn't have a Ferrari.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
you.
That's Eagle.
Boat shoes, no boat. Eagle, what are your thoughts about the STAR method when it comes to resolution conflict?
The star method?
I'm reading this off the internet, guy. You told me to treat it like an interview. I
That
don't
is
know.
a terrible question.
I mean, I can
Is it
only
though?
imagine you have
I
to
don't
do it
even
at
know.
night when the sky is clear, so I'm against it.
Have you ever? So I've done this, by the way, in interviews. I specifically ask questions I don't know the answer to,
That's the best way to go.
but that are like irrelevant. That I just want to see how they react.
Mokan gets frustrated when we do that.
Yeah.
Because then he
I
doesn't
wouldn't hire
win
Mokan.
and then...
He-
What do you mean you know more about cricket than I do?
I imagine Mokan
That's
is a
not
terrible chef.
He probably is a terrible chef.
I would never hire him.
Yeah, I don't think he's very good. He's got other qualities.
But Division A and B, that was cooking this week. But only
Was
for,
it though?
only for 4
Only 4 out of 6.
So it wasn't cooking much. It was
Well,
like an
I mean, it's
appetizer.
It's like an appetizer.
It was an
Exactly.
appetizer.
66%. It's
Yeah.
a main meal.
Yeah. So that exposes a bigger problem, perhaps.
Just no entrees.
Or just entrees.
Yeah, so
Just entrees.
so the
Tapas.
2 games in Division B didn't play, but both Division A games played. Dirty Dogs, Dad Bods, sorry Sean Abram, and Dream Killers BYOB will play at another time.
Mhm.
Your game is not canceled; it's just rescheduled.
But you can sit with us outsiders. Great game.
Yeah, it was a very very good game. So I was surprised a little bit by this because let's see how I did there. It's like I'm learning. First half, you outsiders dominated completely. Outsiders were at this game in control. They were up 3 scores, 20 points, and Alex Olawak looked uncomfortable. So you can say what else we're missing, guys. Chris Millar wasn't there. Alex Olawak was playing both ways, which is not when he's playing quarterback, he doesn't want to play defense, which is understandable. But in this case, he didn't have a choice. There were only 6. So Alex Olawak played rusher most of the game and quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the most comfortable position to be in. And you're going to go toe-to-toe with Kevin White, and you're going to have to put up 40 points.
Or 38.
So he threw a bad interception. Well, okay, so it wasn't a bad interception. It was more like the craziest catch I've seen Kevin White make all career, where he tipped it. He basically played corner because also outsiders were missing a bunch of guys. Kevin White played defense most of the game. He was playing corner, trailing. The ball was a little bit underthrown inside instead of outside. He tipped it up, trying to tip it away from the receiver, and as soon as he started coming down, he realized the ball was within reach, so he one-handed his own tip with the same hand.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Like, so I feel like 2 guys two quarterbacks who get the least amount of respect for their athleticism is Alex Holloway and Kevin Wyeth. They're both phenomenal athletes. And Kevin Wyeth, every time I see him play defense, is making plays.
He's a Division A caliber DB. It's just he doesn't necessarily want to play defense because he plays quarterback for the team. And so the Outsiders had a very strong first half. They scored 27. You Can Sit With Us managed to score right before half to sort of squeeze it to 15 points instead of 21 or 20. And then Outsider, You Can Sit With Us started with the ball in the second half, scored again. So they squeezed that to like a 9-point lead. Came away threw an interception to James Owayan, who made a circus catch. He jumped. The guy was running a hook. He jumped around the guy, put his hands in his chest, and caught it for him.
Did he show off his tattoos?
No, but he should have because it was a sick catch. And that allowed You Can Sit With Us to score again and then just be like a convert difference instead of being down 3 scores. And then the Outsiders looked flustered in the second half. They didn't look the same. Wade Junior Shawcross played well, but he's not a Division 1 receiver.
What I'm saying is so you said this is YSU. There's a few things to consider. One, Alex Holloway to me has been one of the most impressive stories in the last 2-3 seasons.
Yeah.
So I think it's no longer unfair to consider him and Kevin Wyeth in the same breath in terms of talent. I'm not talking about accomplishments, obviously.
No.
But in terms of just pure talent. And then you look at the surrounding cast for You Can't Sit With Us compared to, Wade Shawcross is not necessarily, again, like you said, top.
Well, so he's not a terrible player.
No, he's a good player. He's just not
he would be a very good Division C wide.
If you look at ratings, Outsiders team fit Division B.
It's just because
Which is
Kevin
crazy.
is throwing.
And with Kevin at 98 rating on top of that, and they're still below 500. The problem is Serge Pilon wasn't there. Right, so that's it.
So they were missing pieces.
Yeah, they were missing a bunch of pieces. They were trying out 2 new guys, and Jesse Patterson and Jeanette Narid.
Jesse Patterson's been a good player. They played with the Pilon and Tam when they were in the co-ed.
Yeah, he's a very good player.
They
but
were impressed.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. This looks like a co-ed team with Kevin Wyeth.
Pretty much. That's sort of what it was.
It's all those guys from that
without the
core.
women too.
They cheated more on Pat Jerome intentionally, and what really killed Outsiders is they got to the red zone. They were up or tied or whatever. They got to the red zone, and Matt Bond got hurt. Like he rolled his ankle or something, and you could see.
Well, what happened was, and Terry Tam and Matt Bond got into it after the game. The details of the story are funny, so I'll talk about it. So Danny Demore and Matt Bond go knee to knee. Everyone is screaming at Danny Demore. It was an accident. Dude's trying to make a play.
Okay, I wouldn't say screaming. I was there.
Again, this is as it was described to me. It definitely could have been because it continued after the game as well.
Yes, but
after the game, apparently Matt Bond, as condescendingly as possible, was telling Danny Demore he need to learn how to decelerate. To which Terry Tam replied, "You need to learn to decelerate your mouth," which is pretty funny. I gotta give him credit. That was funny.
So Matt Bond was mad because he got hurt playing, and also he needs his body to work because he's a trainer.
Yeah.
So you can't really allow if he's hurt, he doesn't work. Right, so
I understand.
So,
but this happens to guys.
Listen, it is what it is. It didn't look as bad as they made it to be, and
which is usually the case.
Also, did it occur to you that it was intentional?
Of course, no, it was not. In no way.
There we go.
In no way intentional. They just his body positioning was.
I know Danny Demore.
No, he's
the guy weighs 160 pounds, maybe. Most of his body weight is cigarettes.
Yes.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, I also know the personality. Legit, I'm sure it happened. He was like, "Bro, I'm sorry."
It was one of those goofy moments where he was at the wrong place at the wrong time, and he was trying to play the ball. He realized too late where he was. He tried to play the ball, and he ended up crashing into somebody. It wasn't really like I wanted to be here, so you couldn't run your route. It was more like I was trailing somebody else, realized the ball was thrown to my right side. I was going left, so I stopped here, and the receiver sort of ran into me as I played the ball. So it was more like a really one of those bang bang plays. It sucked because Matt Bond got hurt in the process, and he was snapping for Outsiders because Serge Pilon wasn't there. And when they got to the red zone, they basically lost their snapper as a receiver, and it really affected the way Outsiders played offense. They couldn't score on that drive. Outsiders got the ball back down 2, drove the field, scored and won. So it sort of changed the flow of the game, but also you allowed 3 scores, like 3 points, 18 points back to back without because of a stupid interception and stuff like that. So Outsiders' defense was very meh too.
Yeah, and the thing is, look, we're making light of the situation just because it's the thing we do. We're not making light of the injury, obviously.
No, we never like when someone gets hurt.
What?
Especially in a non-contact sport. Every time someone gets injured, that they're unable to play, it does suck.
Look, I've missed
really
days of
does
work
suck.
for FPF. It sucks.
Like, what is that? Like, that shouldn't
of
be the
course.
case, but shit happens.
But also, don't get mad at people for making a
and
mistake.
that's the thing is like,
No, but if you thought it was intentional, I seriously doubt that, because Danny Moore would be like, "Guy, you good?"
No, it wasn't intentional.
Like, my bad.
And if it would have been intentional, you would have done it way differently. Like, it would have been dirtier. It would have been sliding at somebody, right?
with a weapon, I would imagine.
Maybe.
Maybe
Because
with a
he's
weapon.
too small to.
It would have like
really
hip
do-
check.
like a
It would have been a
small
hip
hammer.
check.
Like if you look at the two of them, like
They're both equal height, though.
yes, but frame.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah,
Also,
one
Matt
is
Bond
one
is
is one is 150 muscle, and the other one's 160 cigarettes. So it's almost fair enough.
Fair.
I saw Hashtag and our Braves. Hashtag and I were missing a lot of guys. No
Yeah.
Corey Becker. They had Ryan Kastner play quarterback for them.
Yeah, but I think he's going to be their quarterback more of the season. So.
Yeah, I don't know about Corey's situation, but they'll be missing guys most likely.
Yeah, but that's always been their problem, though.
Yeah,
Like, they have solid athletes, but like, who shows up, who doesn't?
They play well in the second half. Kwesi had a crazy catch in the end zone, but aside from that, honestly, Braves were in control the whole game. They were up 15 at halftime, and Braves were hands down tired. They played a tournament all weekend, so it was like their 7th game of the weekend, and it looked like they didn't really want to be there, so they were just bombing 40 bombs.
And it worked?
Yeah. NR couldn't do anything.
Yeah. They
And-
have the height advantage.
It's
Brave-
tough because again, missing players
Yeah.
against
But also was Braves. Braves were missing a
arguably the
bunch of
best
guys.
team in FPF this summer.
Yeah, but Braves had Jesse Dupuis playing for them because they were missing guys.
But he's
Yeah.
a good player.
They had Marc-André Lapointe missing. They had good players, but
Marc-André Lapointe's
their
played with
best
them.
players weren't there.
Yeah, okay.
So they had JD Chevalier, but Georges AP wasn't there.
Yeah, but see, JD Chevalier could take over as number 1 easily.
But that's what he did.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's not like it's a
Also,
big difference.
The Braves' offense allows anybody to be successful.
Yeah,
which-
their system there is
Yeah,
with Pierre saying at snapper.
Yeah, so
Small
Braves going to be good, but Braves were also missing guys.
Okay.
And they look like a very dominant Div 1 team, whereas Hashtag and R
And
looked
they
like
were
a team
tired.
that just moved up.
Imagine
and
if they were not tired.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
but if
And
they had
full roster.
Corey Becker, the game would have been different because
Yeah.
Corey
Corey
at this
Becker
point,
is-
Corey's
it's his
better
system.
than Ryan Kastner.
It's his system.
And
Yeah.
scoring 6 points
And
in Div
again,
1
it's
in the
also
first
that
half.
this is his team.
It's
right?
his
Like,
team,
this is
right?
Corey Pecker's
Ryan
team.
Kastner just stepped in because they needed a
But
quarterback to
you
throw an
can't
eight.
score 6 points in the first half in Div 1. You're
Yeah.
not going to win games this way. Like they struggled off the gates and they couldn't do much in the first half, which put them in a hole they couldn't dig out of.
Yeah.
So that's it for Div A. There's only
sorry?
2 games. That's it for Div A. There's only
That's
2
it for Div A.
Yeah, because they only have 4 teams. So they make
Yeah.
Div B.
We'll talk. Well, let's cover the Division B games, then we'll get into like some of the information about. We're gonna let people know how crossovers and playoffs will work.
Yeah,
and
it
all
starts in week 3, by the way.
Yeah.
This crossover starting
Well,
in week
again, we'll talk about games first.
Hmm?
Is the thing I said.
3. Go on.
Alpha Tees tie Jasmin and Sons. Jasmin and Sons sound like they're a name of a terrible band.
Cover band for someone.
So
Jasmin
there's
Sons was missing Tam Villat, which is going to be a big player for them this season.
Would he be their quarterback?
No, Frédéric Bien is the quarterback.
Oh, Frederick. Okay.
But they have Pat Jerome instead, so I mean,
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
better. But Alpha T's really impressed me this game. I think that Jasmin Sun is the best Division B team, and Alpha T's do what Alpha T's do, where they found ways to be competitive, stay in the game, and sort of close it out when it matters. And listen, I'm looking forward to see what Alpha T's are able to do in Division B this season. It's the same team basically that moved up. They
Mhm.
had JD Chevalier for this game only because they were missing guys. Also, everybody seemed to be missing guys.
when Mike Pierre saying.
Yeah, Mike Pierre is on the team.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
So
Yeah,
he
he
but
joined them.
JD
last
Chevalier
season.
isn't on the team, but he was just subbing because
Yeah.
the schedule matched Braves. So we'll see what happens with the Alpha T's, but I'm confident they'll be able to compete. And considering what they've done this week, and like who ties, man?
I know.
I
especially
predicted
week
a
one.
tie.
Well, Stefano.
I
picked week 2
predicted a tie.
It's true.
And it's gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. So the game I saw, because Simon couldn't play seniority on me like he did. So the game I witnessed was the game that Simon was playing, or else he probably would have put me in a seniority situation
Yeah,
that I
go
couldn't.
back to Phil one, Stefano.
I watched the 2.5 Alkaholiks. I don't understand what the purpose of that is.
2.5 Dans is Joy
Yeah, I
Taylor's
know,
team.
I know.
Alcoholics is Paula Pierre's
I know.
team.
I know.
It's
but
one
just to
guy's
say,
one guy's still
like who's
vile.
half an
'Cause
alcoholic?
the first step is
Danny.
admitting of a problem.
Danny.
So the half alcoholic hasn't admitted that. they
Yeah,
have
but
a
who's
problem.
gonna be the
Danny.
half alcoholic?
Danny.
Danny.
Dom Benevento.
Don Benevento, half alcoholic?
Yeah.
All right, man. He seems like the kind of guy to do the other thing besides drinking. But anyways, I watched this game, and
Heroin.
Huh?
What?
What do you mean terrible? You know what I meant, guy. You just didn't
that
say
was
it.
weird.
There you go. How was it weird?
Just go on, man.
I tried to make it weird. Just what happened.
Yeah, well, you always do. Anyways, so Simon had a decent game.
I saw one throw in this game.
You saw
And that
play.
one throw
It was an
was an
interception.
interception,
Of
which
I
immediately
laughed
followed.
so
Yeah.
loud.
And then after it was immediately followed by a comment from Peeze saying, "That's the Simon I know,"
Yeah, it was the last for the half.
and that is the
So
Simon we all know.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Juggernaut Simon showed up somehow in this game.
What's interesting though is the receiver was open, but like you threw the corner like completely flat. Like,
Oh yeah, it was. We were
It
running
was definitely a
post
miscommunication.
wheel, and it was a wheel.
It was a
that
wheel,
thrown
okay.
through. But the intent was if I put everybody sitting in the end zone, so I'll hit him just before, and if somebody misses a tackle, we're scoring on the last bit of half from past midfield.
but he was open over the top. Like
No, Paul Lapierre was sitting there.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
From my angle, it looked like. From my angle, it looked
so
like
I was
he
thinking
couldn't
if
get
I hit
there.
him in front and then he sneaks by Paul, we're scoring. But if I'm going for a jump ball against Paul Lapierre, we're not winning that.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we tried something, didn't work. Didn't really matter. 2.5
almost mattered. We won
Alkaholiks
by
didn't
5.
play well, man. Joey
I
had
didn't. Joey Taylor was off.
he had a bad game.
There you go. Sean is probably laughing if he's listening. Or
Rafael
will listen to
Morelli
this.
dominated.
Joey Taylor was off. Yeah. Raph Morelli made Joey look more unorthodox than he already is, but to the point that he didn't work. Because Joey Taylor, he's unorthodox, but it works. But this time, Raph Morelli made him more unorthodox.
Joey got away
So it
with
just
so
fucked him
many
up.
flat guards that he was laughing.
Mm.
He was after every play, he was looking at me just laughing. Yeah, I'm getting away with it. The problem is he was playing a rusher that's stubborn enough to say you're gonna get away with it. Try it every single. We'll try it again and again and again. And at some point, like Joey's left hand in front of the rusher won't work every single time.
Yeah.
So you got scared. Yeah. So that was one of the beautiful parts where Rafael Morelli really was the defense for that game, where he played really well. And Joey struggled. Like, he didn't look like himself. He was
No,
throwing
he
a lot of
didn't.
incompletes.
It could also be the week one rust, right? That's
Yeah.
usually what
Yeah,
it
well,
is.
he hasn't played this.
But he
week.
also never looks good. It just works.
Yeah,
his whole
listen,
Joey Taylor's not
quarterback,
about looks.
honestly, his whole quarterback demeanor is just like, what the fuck you doing,
No,
guy? But it worked.
He didn't play well in the first. He didn't play well in the red zone. We had 2 red zone stops, which is unusual for Joey. Usually, that's where he succeeds the most. And listen, we lightweight found a way to score and drive the field, and we killed clock. We were up by 5 with 2 minutes left, and we killed clock, got a first down, and called the game.
So now that we've living in reality with 4 Division A teams,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna have crossover games.
Yes.
Can you explain that concept as well as the playoffs and what happens if teams have players on?
They already do. I already
So-
see something happening. Like that.
So the reason why there's crossover games to begin with is because since there's only 4 teams in A, you can't play. We don't want guys to play the same team 3 times and then one team 4 times, right? At some point, because you already played them in the winter, you're gonna play them in the fall, and you're gonna play them in the playoffs. It's a bit much. So Div A is gonna play each other twice, and then they're gonna play 4 crossover games. Now, like you said, the problem with the crossover games is some guys play A and B. So we've tried to mitigate that as much as possible by creating crossovers so you don't play each other. Problem is, there's a few teams in A, including You Can Sit With Us, that has guys on 4 different B teams. At some point, there's only so much we can do.
Yeah.
Right, so we told the captains coming in, we're gonna have to violate at least one of these crossovers because there's only so many options. So there is a few conflicts for like a guy playing on both teams. Essentially, he's gonna have to choose who he wants to play for.
So friendships will be cost.
Yes,
Lost. That should be
that's the
fun.
word I
but
meant to say.
it's gonna
That
create
should be
different
fun.
games. I think some of the B teams are better than we give them credit for. Listen, at the end of the day, I
Which
don't
is
think
why they should have stepped up and played Division A. In
I
the
don't
first
think
place.
anybody's gonna actually beat Braves this season. But
Yeah, they're to me far and away the best.
like
But are
you
they
can sit
for
with
the
a-
same championship?
sorry.
They're playing for the same championship?
No, B and A are 2 different
Oh,
championships. So, but at the same time, You Can Sit With Us just moved up to 1, right? So it's not too far-fetched to say they're a Division 2 team, which, again, it's not too far-fetched to say that some of these B team are Division 2 teams. So we could have some fun games against, like, You Can Sit With Us and Ashlag and R against, like, Jasmin and Sons, for instance. It's just going to come down to say, I think they're better. They're the reason they're in Division above. But do you really want to play the same team 4 times?
No.
We're
No,
getting a
that'll be
question in general about the caps for A and B and the crossover game. So just to remind everyone, the cap for Division A is 545 and no quarterback cap. The cap for Division B is 500 with an 82 quarterback cap.
No,
And-
not 82.
That
Nice.
seems low, no?
90 quarterback.
90, I'm sorry. I'm thinking C. So 90 quarterback cap for B. When an A team plays a B team, do they retain their existing caps?
Yes.
Okay, so the B team doesn't go up to 545 for that game and can bring in ringers for that one game.
No.
Okay.
Also, Simo, can you explain what the playoff format will be for Division A?
So Division A, the playoff format is a little bit trickier than what we've done before. So the first seed is going to play the second seed. The third seed is going to play the fourth seed. The winner of the first seed against the second seed goes straight to the finals. The loser plays the winner of the other matchup, the 3 against 4. So 3 against 4 is basically playing a game to make the playoffs. The loser goes home. The winner plays the loser of 1 against 2, and the winner that goes to the finals. So if you're if you're first or second seed, you basically get a free playoff game. Where if you win, you make the finals. If you lose, you get another shot at it, playing against the remaining teams. So this format valorizes the regular season because finishing first or second gives you an extra shot at the playoffs. Whereas finishing third and fourth, you have to basically be 2 teams to make the playoffs. Because there's only 4 teams, other formats felt a bit weird, and we felt bad telling a team you're not going to play in the playoffs, only finals, because you finished first.
Yeah.
To at least get 2 games out of it. Division B is going to be very straightforward. 6 out of 8 make the playoffs.
That'll be the normal.
The top 2 are buys, 3 against 6, 5 against 4, and then the 2 buys come in, play their remaining seeds.
Eagle, time.
It is time for the week of the games of the week.
Okay.
That was awful.
Yes, it was.
It's okay.
Let's do all the games because why not?
Okay.
Because there's only 6 anyways.
So Braves versus Outsiders.
I think even if the Outsiders have Pilon, Braves are a better team this season. Give me Braves.
Yeah, the Braves are 2 stacked.
Yeah, I think Braves are very good. I think Outsiders will need a few weeks because they're still tweaking the roster. They're missing guys. They're trying to look. They're still looking for a rusher. So. Yeah,
All right.
They found somebody, but are they keeping him?
Next game, #NR versus You Can't Sit With Us. YCSWU.
Look, if #NR have Corey Packer, they're better. But
Yeah, but they're very.
I don't
dysfunctional
think
team.
at this point Corey Packer is a better quarterback than Alex Holloway. So give me You Can't Sit With Us.
Yeah, I'll think You Can Sit With Us. I think they're finally going to have the roster, and I'll won't have to play defense, which makes the team better. So.
Yeah, You Can't Sit With Us is gonna win.
BYOB versus 2.5 Alkaholiks. Jeez, these guys should get drunk beforehand.
They really should. They probably get drunk together.
The thing with Bring Your Own Breasts, they're strong across the
Right.
board. But
Bring your own chicken, bro.
I can't imagine. Wow, that really took a turn. I can't imagine Joey Taylor's going to struggle as much as he did the first week around. So give me 2.5 Alcoholics.
I think I have to agree. The way 2.5 the Alkaholiks played on defense, they shifted off too much. I think they're gonna correct themselves, and BYOB is gonna struggle a little bit.
Yeah, give me 2.5 Alcoholics.
We also have Lightweight versus Jasmin and Sons.
Lightweight got their only win of the season.
Oh, we're gonna get trashed.
Congratulations.
We're gonna get trashed.
Yeah, Jasmine and Sons.
Jasmine and Sons,
by like
again,
30 points.
you have the name of a terrible band. But I won't listen to your music.
Don't they sound like a band?
But
that
I'll
has
watch
one
Fred
hit song?
Vier throw 700 touchdowns against Lightweight. So give me Jasmine and
Yeah,
Sons.
Jasmine and Sons.
Again, your music would be so trash.
No, they'll probably have one like big song and then nothing
It'll
else.
be catchy, but it's like one of those music. Is it one of those songs you hear and you're like, you hear it the first time, like, yeah, it's not bad, and then like the 46th time on the radio again. to your
Baby
face.
Shark.
Baby Shark.
Baby
Shark.
Shark.
Just off
Yeah,
the face.
exactly. You see, I'm not the only guy that says it.
You're the
Yeah,
only
you're
one
getting
that
slapped.
You
Simone,
were the
I'm
only one
happy.
who said it.
Yeah,
oh
but
yeah,
not
we're
anymore.
gonna get washed.
You're gonna get slapped. It's gonna be hilarious.
In a game where we know nothing about what these teams
Fun.
play in week 1. Dream Killers versus Dirty Dogs.
Dirty Dogs moved up to B from Division 3. They weren't the most dominant Division 3 team, but they fit B. Dream Killers have Jeff Rosenblatt at quarterback, who's also moving up from Division 4, which is a big gap. But Dream Killers have a monstrous roster on them. Like, it's a very, very strong team with a weaker quarterback. Dirty Dogs, the team itself, we'll see. I'm curious to see what's going to happen with Ryan Milanowski and who he brings in with the extra cap space that he has.
So
So
who's your pick?
your
I'm
pick is-
taking Dream Killers.
I'm inclined to agree with this one, Simone.
I'm gonna take Dirty Dogs.
Because
Jeff Rosenblatt's gonna struggle.
Yeah, but Ryan Milanowski's not going to be able to run against Kilo.
No, I know, but he's still pretty quick. I mean, Khalil is probably like his best matchup, to be honest. But like, he'll find something to do. But Rosenblatt's probably gonna make mistakes, and they'll just capitalize from short yardage.
and the last game of the week, Dad Bod versus Alpha Tees.
So this is interesting because on one side you have just consistent quarterback play. On the other side, you have a future Hall of Famer named Jesse Supui. So the thing is with that pod, joke aside, it's a strong roster. Sean Abram has a ton of tools at his disposal. It's hard to say Alpha Tees will win this game, but I will because I can honestly I can't even say it like even as a joke. It's tough. I don't know. I can't see a way that Buzz loses this game. That said, would it shock me if they do? No, because Alpha Tees are insanely competitive and they just make things work. And it's one of these sports cliches I absolutely hate, but they have a lot of athleticism.
Clutch gene.
No, it's not clutch gene. It's not that. It's dumb. It's not a thing. If there was such a thing as a clutch gene, you would never have been born.
I just don't have it.
No. I'm saying through evolution, like you couldn't be possible because the clutch gene would have evolved at some point through all of human history, so that your parents could never have met each other because that would have been clutch.
Okay. That's a mindfuck.
Listen, I didn't know how I was going to get to the end of that
But you got to the end of that
started,
sentence. Very good.
but I got there.
Proud of you.
Out.
You're just like talking and then you
Yeah,
realize
and
you're
it's
digging
like,
yourself in a
this is a
grave.
loop. This is a loop. No, I'm not here.
Okay, so I'm digging myself.
Honestly,
get
I
out
think,
with this thing.
I think that buzz will be too strong for Alpha Tees. But if it's an upset in the end of the week, I won't be surprised.
I think Alpha Tees are going to be able to squeak by. It's going to be a very close game.
Yeah.
But I think Alpha Tees will find a way, like you said. And the fact that Buzz hasn't played this season yet, it's going to have like a small. It's their week 1 game essentially against a team that played it already. I give the edge to Alpha Tees.
Alpha Tees are going to get into Sean Abrams' head. And
It's
it's
not
going to cost
difficult.
them. It's not.
Just
that's
the
why.
things I
It doesn't
said
take much.
here will get.
Yeah,
to
by
his head.
saying that Jesse Dupree is a future Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Haters. You know
Does-
my
does
feelings
Jesse
for
Dupree-
Sean because of Madden, so don't
Does
go there.
Jesse Dupree make it before Sean Abram?
Jesse Dupree makes it before Sean Abrams.
Shots.
Probably
I don't
not.
think he's eligible this season yet. The next year, Jesse Dupree. It's in
That's
2
true.
years. I mean, Sean tables again.
That'd be interesting.
It will be interesting. It's going to be a nice race.
That's it, boys. That's all the games on the slate for Division A and B.
Yes, sir.
For myself, Peeze Lovers, yourself, Simon Dajne, don't come back.
He won't
Stefano
come back.
Berardi, again,
me.
joining us all season long, along with the music of Asuko Chiba.
We might
I'm
need to
going to
change.
get it right
We
one
might
time.
need to change.
I wanted to say Mitch Chiba, and I don't know who that is. Is that a person who played FPF?
Yes, Mitch
Because
Chiba,
It's
yeah.
in my head. All right. For Mitch Chiba, who's not here, for the Silentary Tam, the strong and Silentary Tam, and for the Weak and Loud Eagle Master Control, I'm Peeze Del Reese. You've been awesome. Thank you all for letting me be myself.
That's not catching on.